I need to get more people into my game reviews asking questions. So most of the times when I review games, I'm looking for two different types of mistakes. Ones are mistakes that I knew that I made, and then the other ones are mistakes or situations where I'm like, I'm not sure what to do here, and then I usually step through it myself, and then I'll bounce that information off of different people to get an idea of like, all right, what should I do here? So starting off, East 1-0, fourth turn. Oh yeah, this one was kind of interesting. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks right now with 3 pairs. And so I'm wondering, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks for Honitsu technically. So I could technically switch over that, especially if I got well, actually, it's the South's dead. Yeah, that complicates things. But the South is actually still pretty good for other purposes, so this hand right now has, aside from the 2 nice shapes right here, the rest of the shapes are pretty iffy. I mean, they're pairs, and then this penchant right here included. So if I do want to continue this hand, calling an opening, making it a quick kawashite might be worth it. And if I do that, then keeping this around is like really beneficial. Because whenever you do a quick open hand, you want to have 2 things. Well, 3 things actually. One is you want to have a pair. You don't usually want to open up your hand without a pair unless you have like a nobetan, like a 1, 2, 3, 4 shape, where you can get your pair if it ends up as your last shape. The second thing, which ties to the first, is you want to end on a good weight. Because if you're in an open hand, it's like a ticking time bomb, especially once you hit Tenpai, or if you're around Ishanten. The third thing is you need some type of escape plan, someone reaches, because a open hand that's like quick and cheap is something that you should fold against a reach, in most cases. Mainly because it just doesn't have enough points to fight it. So keeping like 1 safe tile right here, if I do go that route, is pretty nice. So what should I drop? I think I'm zeroing in on the Honitsu option too much here. Because, like, if I do get a 9, that's great. But, I mean, there's already one out, so it's only 2 tiles right there. Plus, if I keep around the 7, if I draw the 6, then I can instantly switch over, get a Dora, potential 2,000 point hand right there, or even 3,900 points with this Dora. Or technically, if I get that Dora, that could even go up to a Mangan. The dreams. So yeah, I think right here the choice is between South 1, 8, or 7. But if we are planning to go for an open hand here, I think we should keep South. So one of these pairs. This one's right next to the Dora, and so probably one of these 2. This has a penchant with it, so probably the 1 Mon, and then ignore the opportunity for the Honitsu. Might be pretty good, I think. There's too many other types of Dora that we can get, so locking ourselves into the Honitsu route is, yeah, not good. So I think I should probably drop 1 Mon here. Oh. Alright, next up, 11th turn. East 1, reaching on the field. What do I drop? Okay, so I ran out of safe tiles at this point, so it's like, what do I do now? So 6 pin is the Dora, so I kind of don't want to drop the 7. That seems pretty scary. A couple early 4 pin. Oh, duh. Okay, this is the hand I just like completely messed up on. Like I completely gazed over this 4 right here, like 100%. I guess I saw this shape and I'm like, I can't break this shape. Don't even like remotely consider this as a safe tile. But yeah, that's yeah, 4-so drop right there. Yeah. Yeah, that was a miss. A very big miss. Same thing with this turn. It's like, you have this nice safe tile right here. Why don't you drop it? Yeah. Mistakes were made. Okay. Next up, East 2. Was this game only 8 long? Oh, it was. That's cool. And I told him to 2 hands right here. So I think that says East 2-1, 4th turn. Oh yeah, this one. Should I call this or not? Toyman looks like they're going for a Honitsu, or if it's not, then it's a Chanta and it's sheep. Unless they have like 3 Dora, but there was no call in the 1 Sodora, so probably Honitsu. And if that is the case, then it's pretty easy to avoid. They could have the other Hatsu, but they're probably not in Senpai at this point. And if I do open this up, I can get open Tenhou. The door is also kind of hard to use because it's a 1. So should I call this and then go for open Tenhou? Maybe. I don't want them to win their hand, because if they get a big sumo, that could hurt me. It's easy to avoid their hand. But the problem is, if any of the other 2 reach, then I have to deal with those, and I only have middle tiles at that point. Picture time. Replying to Discord right now, so that I can post another question. I guess it's not that bad, especially if he does palm this. Then I can, if I consider this as an open hand, this is like my safe tile that I fall back on right here. And at this point, Either one's okay. They open with this, so that means that their hand's probably cheap as well. I can see 2-door right here. They're probably not going to be able to use the 1-so unless they have Toy Toy or Yakuhai. This person probably doesn't have another one of these since they dropped this early. And because there's only 1 door left, the threats on the board are now pretty small. Since that's the case, going for just like anything is pretty good right here. Then I'm willing to drop the 2 in the pay because I don't see any overflow from them, so I'm probably not senpai yet. Hi. Next up, what do we got? East. 3-0, 4th turn, 5th turn, and 11th turn. So yeah, this one was kind of interesting. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 blocks right now. But I can still get some improvement, especially in this shape. This could technically be Itsu, but the shapes are pretty bad. A Penchon right here, a Conchon right here. So, and the door is right here, so I kind of want to build on top of this. And then I have this tile right here. I could throw it away and not have any safe tiles, but the board looks pretty flat. And so if someone does reach you later on, I might be in trouble. But should that actually matter at this point in the game? I don't think so. It's early on. It's still East. And most importantly, I'm like tied. I'm in last right now, so there's no like big enough lead to just like I think validate holding on to a safe tile, especially since I can see like easily 2-door on this hand. So I think pay right there is better. I was being really paranoid this game with a lot of Sakigiri, which I don't think is good. Even in the shape right here, if I get a 6 and I hold the 7, I can easily improve with basically another door even, and get rid of one of these shapes. So holding on to that 7 I think is really important. I could drop the 8 because it only gives me the 7, but even then I think taking Max Greed right here might be better. But I do have 1, 2, 3 Ryanmen potential shapes already, but this one is holding my pair right now, so yeah, maybe the 8's okay here. I always find a hard time finding the balance between, like, you know, full on, like, go for it and then holding some safe tiles, especially in the case where everyone is dropping stuff that would make it hard to defend against them. But definitely not 7 here. Next up, 5th turn. So at this point, I got complete shape right here, Ryanmen, pair Ryanmen. So I still think I should go for the north. The 8, I'm still happy if I get a 7, even though I lose potential Itsu. I mean, Pinfu, Dora, potentially even another door right here is good enough. So, I still think I'm being way too scared with the 8. Right there, I should have dropped south, or actually, no, both these are actually equivalent. Oh wait, yeah, they're both equivalent. So, then on the 11th turn, I had another question. Do I agree with that or not? So it's already the middle round. So, like, confirming your shapes right there might be okay, but this is a very bad one to lose. We lose the upgrade of 5-pin, 1-so, and 2-so right here to switch over to Pinfu Dora. And worst comes to worst, we'll get stuck with this, you know, this weight right here. Even though if we do get stuck with this weight, it's not that bad because it's Itsu. and we don't have to reach, but plus the board is pretty scary for that 4-pin right now, I guess. I don't know, maybe I should. The theme of this game is find the areas where I am very scared and want to keep a safe tile. And then find the areas where it's actually good to do that. Okay. Sakigiri or not. So hard. Who else could I poke with this question? Kimechi's alive, so maybe I can just throw it to him. Did I not save this picture? Oh, I saved it as the wrong thing. Oops. Oh well. Alright. I can see an argument for either here, but I don't know. How many improvement tiles am I actually losing? So I'm losing the 5-pin, which could also potentially even give me Sanshoku. Ooh, that would be really cool. I'm losing... So that's 3 tiles right there. I'm losing the 3-pin, which is another 2 tiles. I'm losing the 2 and the 1 Sozu. So that's 1, 2, and another 3 right there. So that's 10 improvement tiles for a turn of safety with a bad weight. It's kind of rough, but I still think I should probably throw west at this point. I mean, north at this point. Because I really don't want to end up with a penchant. Even if it will give me Itsu. And if I do happen to get it, I mean, yeah, I'll take it, Dama, Mongon, but yeah, that's hard. Okay, then had this situation right here, folding Tuso, and then Ricci on that. What was their weight? They dropped it. I really was scared of this 2-pin because they dropped the 2-pin pretty early, late right here. So there's like a, you know, solid 50% chance that their weight's around it. It could either be the 1-4, it could be the, it could technically just like be a 3, but probably not. Because, maybe. No, actually probably not. They'd probably take the Shabo. So if that's the case, then 1-4 is actually highly likely. If this was the shape that they ended up getting Tenpai on. Yeah, so it's 1-4. So I guess dropping fort right there was actually a good idea, but that's like, yeah. Whenever you're looking at Mahjong questions, you can never, ever, ever, ever look at the result and be like, yes, I should have done this because this happened. Like, that's a horrible way to play. Do not do that. You gotta look at the methodology and be like, okay, if this was to happen like 1,000 times, like, which gives me the better options to continue? Like, which of these will actually do me good over the long term? The slimming down in mid-game, especially once we're in the 9th turn with 2 Dora, isn't bad, I think. But maybe it's exactly because we have 2 Dora that we should be greedy. Interesting. Alright, next up, South 4, 7th turn. Ooh, do I cheat this right here or not? They dropped a 2 and a 3 right here. They have dropped an 8 as well. So what are the chances that they have a 4-5 in their hand? Stupidly unlikely. What are the chances that they have a 5-7 in their hand? Because Dora is the 5, and they could even have a red Dora with it. That's a little bit more likely. If they do hit me for that with a couple of red Dora, probably about 3,900 point hands, especially since I can't see any right now. But if I take that, I get instant tempo. I can shut down people's hands. It might be just early enough that I should be able to do that, even with 2 calls right there. Plus, it could still be Honitsu with the discard order, so maybe not. I guess the question is, how likely is the 3-5, like 3 red 5 7 shape? I think it's pretty likely, actually. If they do have a red 5, then they would drop the 8. And then if they had like a 1 with their hand across from there, but then they got another thing in their hand complete, then it's like, well, I don't need the 1, so you start with the 1 as opposed to starting with the 3. And then the 3 is around the 5, and then once you chi this, they chi it and they get into Tempai, so now they can choose either 4 or 6 Pinzu. And then they would drop the 3 and wait on the 6. But how likely is that to be happening? I don't know. I don't think there's enough information right there to justify that yet. Even with 2 calls. If it was 3 calls, that's one thing. But 2 calls, no. Like, it could easily as well just be Honitsu. So I think the 6 is okay there. Takes a picture, sends it to everyone I know. I need to know more people. Alright. Wait. Next up, South 1-0, no safe tiles. So this was a question about from the beginning. Should I care much about safe tiles here, or should I not? Is it better to play with like holding on to like one safe-ish tile, or is it better to just like continue forward, say, you know, I don't care, and just go for it? That's kind of hard. It's kind of a hard question, but looking at the shapes that we have right now, we got a lot of good shapes. Like we basically already have 4 of our shapes. I think keeping. I think keeping the Hatsu here is actually okay, and throwing the 9 first is alright, because even if we do get to Tenpai, we want it to be pretty good. We could potentially even see, like, you know, Pinfu, Tanyao, Ipeku here. The only thing that we're losing with the 9 is the 8, and the 8's not really that much of a backfire either, because it completes the 6, 7, 8. So I think 9 is actually pretty fine here, if we do want to play 13 tiles. And then, so like in this case, we'd probably still like drop the 4. We don't need that many pairs. And that's why I was like starting to think at this point where it's like, oh well, I don't actually need that many pairs, so. Then we get a 6 pin, still probably a 4 right here. Now that one's kind of interesting. But I think the floating Kutsuki tiles are a little bit better still. And then with the reach, now if we completely abandoned everything, we can still fold with the 3. In this case, we can fold with these, but choices. Alright, next up, South 2, 7th turn, no safe tiles again. So, should I commit really hardcore to this hand? Or should I not? So, once I hit this point, it's like pretty good. Drop the 9, I guess. Have the floating tiles right here. 8, 9 if technically anything goes really bad. But then someone reaches and it's like, well, now what do I do? 4 is probably the best option right there. I was considering because of this. Still pretty iffy though. Still pretty iffy though. I'm really bad at this. I have no defense. Alright, let's see. Oh, I had some more questions on South 1, it looks like. Shimocha 7 pin. Or, Chitoitsu 7 pairs, okay. So with the discards right here, I was thinking that there might be going for 7 pairs. So let's see if that was right. So, yeah, it does actually look like they're going for 7 pairs. Okay. That's good to know. Okay, next up, South 3-4, or 3-0, 4th turn. 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. And at this point, do I want to keep the extra Haku? Because I really don't want to deal into someone at this point. So I think the value of keeping some type of safe tile is better once you get into late South round. But it's not like it's super safe to anyone right now, and I still have the 9 against either of these people. Not that person, but technically I have the 4 Nakasuji for them. So I think Hatsu's actually good here. Or I mean, Haku's good here. Then we get the 8, drop the 7. Spin that out. Expand that out. We got a Ricci happening over here, so I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So technically 1 Shanten right now. But it's against last place. I'm in first right now. I don't have any reason to push. So I should probably fold. But should I fold like really hard, or should I fold like half? So I can either throw the 4 pin or the 9 right here. And I should probably fold the 4. It's going to be hard to kind of loop around back into Tenpai, unless I get really lucky. And it's probably a little bit more likely that one of these two might have a hand and they Okaki reach. And so having this 9 around, as opposed to the 4, would be a lot better. So I think folding hard right here, because I'm in first, is expected. See, they're pushing a little. Chin. 5. 5. Hatsu. Couldn't do it to fold with here. Fold right here. What am I doing? You have an 8 pin! Did I just completely miss that? I must have just completely missed that. I had to set the safe dial right here. Oh my god. Holes everywhere. Yeah, that's really bad. And it's a Shonpai too. It's like, what are you doing? That's really bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Ugh. Speaking of which, I'm curious. If I did drop the 8 pin, and then had a draw on the last draw, what would I discard? Ooh, and it's a nice one too. Okay, so let's see this. So if I drop 8 pin right here, like a normal, sensible human being, and I draw the 4 Manzu next turn, I have 0 safe tiles, and everything is a Shonpai. So what do I drop? The right here, the answer is obviously 8 pin, but next turn when I get a 4, it's not Haite, and I can see all of the Yakuhai. So aside from the Ricci, the Dora isn't super bad, but if they're waiting on the Dora pair and I deal into that, that's going to hurt a lot, so I can't do that. So Dora, I think, is out of the question. 6 pin doesn't seem that horrible, especially since they reached it on the 2. But it's not that good either. The 3 pin is Shonpai. The 5s I can see 3 of, so it's technically a 1 chance, but late game 1 chances are kind of bad. Though Pinzu looks pretty out there from the person in reach, so it might be okay. Then I have the Manzu, of which I can't see 2 of the other 4s out there. If I do draw the 4 next turn, I won't be able to see any of the 5s. So 3 and 6s are really bad. The 4 is a little bit better off because I can see 3 of the 3s and 2 of the 6s, but it's still pretty bad. So I guess 6 pin would be the go-to choice, but that's still pretty iffy. But at least it's not like double side dangerous because this is out right here, and this side is technically 1 chance, and also importantly the red door right there is gone. So yeah, but in the game I just completely missed that 8. Like, wow. I deserve to lose. Okay, next up. Last hand. So, in this situation, last place is 7,500 down, third is 5,500, and first is 2,600 points away. And if I get a 2,600 point hand, because I was starting south and they were starting north, I'll win the tiebreaker. So, let's see. I had a lot of questions on 15, 16, 17, and 18 right here. Oh no, that was the last one. On this one, I just had a question about the reach. So, they opened up early. Like very, very early with a 9-pin pawn. This person's up early as well with a east. So the question right here is, what are their yakus? For this guy, they drop this, so probably not Honitsu. They have this, so quite possibly Honitsu. And then the Dora is the green dragon, and if either of them have an Anku of that, that's like just saying, hey, there's a death hand that can instantly give someone last place here. Be careful. So, yeah. Continuing forward. Keeping this around just in case I get Tenhou. Because if I get Tenhou, then I can fight for first place. If I get Pinfu, I can also fight for first place. But it all depends on like how much I can fight, because I can't confirm the door yet. Like, it's completely gone. Now, this right here is also a bit scary, like very scary. So 5, 4, and 8. So at that point, it's like, well, it's really early. So either they have a very nice hand and they have a like Honitsu ready to kill me, or they have a Yakuhai and they're just trying to get enough to get out of last place. But if that Yakuhai is the Dora, then that's really bad. Now at this point, this is very, 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 very important. So we can see Chun, we can see Haku. So the only two Yakuhai tiles remaining for both these players is the South Wind for them, the West Wind, or the South and the North Wind for them, or the Green Dragon. But Green Dragon dropped right here, no pawn right here, and nothing right here. But we have to consider the possibility that they had 3 of them and they didn't con it, because they already have enough to get first place. So even though the Green Dragon comes out, it's not guaranteed that they don't have it. Which is why when I get to Tenpai right about here, I don't want to Riichi this right now, even though if I do Riichi and win, it will give me a first place, because the chance of dealing into 4th place is very, very scary to me. Or maybe I should reach, but I can't confirm the Dora, and that makes it very scary. And I have no idea what this person's doing either, and that makes it very scary. I think that's a good question, though. So I decided not to reach right here because I couldn't confirm the Dora. And then, as soon as I got this, and it goes out with no anyone pawning it, now it's like, oh, I'm safe. Like, no one has the pawn of the Dora. That's not their Yaku. And they don't have 2 of them either probably right now because neither of them called it. So, reach! Because at this point, even if I deal into, let's say this person right here has South and like, let's say this person had South in their hand. Or they could have West. But if they have, you know, one of those and even like the 2 remaining red Dora, that's only 3,900 points. This person, same thing. If they had the double South in their hand, if they had Honitsu or something, that could be pretty dangerous. But it doesn't look like it. They could have 1 Dora as well, but that's also probably still around 3,900. And then dealer can only have the 2 Dora, which if they hit me with that is 5,800 points. Which even though it'll drop me down to 3rd, is not enough to put me down at 4th, and so. Yeah, wait, actually, I can't see 3 Dora right now. Maybe. So if there's 3 red Dora out there, that's a little bit different. Oh, 5,000. 5,200 points? Oh yeah, if they hit me, then it's 5,200 points. And if I Ricci, that's technically puts me at 4,500 points by the, next to this guy, so that could technically kill me if it is a double non-Dora. But the 5-pin looks, or the 8 5-pin looks really good here with the number of so's I can see, especially the 8-pin. I'm sorry, the number of pins I can see. So should I Ricci or not? I could still technically win if I get the red 5, but that's a bit hard to come by. Even if I draw on the dealer directly, that would go into West round, and that's not ideal either. If I sumo this hand without reaching, then that will still go into West round, and that's not ideal. One is on my screen and one is on Twitch. Oh, is that how it works? I've always wondered why there's 2 eye trackers when on the Twitch stream. Cause like, let's see. Whenever I'm looking at like my regular screen preview, I only see 1 usually. So yeah, that would make sense. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Should I reach here or not? So the benefits, I guess, are I can get first in a lot of cases as long as I win. Like if I win, no matter what, who it's from, it's 100% first place. If I deal in, it's not necessarily going to be last place in most cases. And then considering my rate at 7 Dawn is basically 2 points for first, 1 point for second, and 3 points for minus 3 points for fourth. I think it might be worth it here for the extra point. What was their Yaku? Oh, they're going for Toy Toy. They were going for the south, and then they were going for Tenpai, which they then switched over to Tenhou. Okay. Interesting. If you hover over the extension on Twitch, it brings up an extension you can turn off. Oh, in that case, DDR Dan, if you turn it off, can you still see the other one that's on my screen? Wonder if I can do that too. So if I turn it off, it looks like both of them are gone? Or wait, no, the other one's still there. So yeah, the one on my screen is still there, it looks like. Except it's a little bit finicky right now. Like, what is this? Interesting. So does that mean with the Twitch extension, I actually don't need to, Yeah, with the Twitch extension, does that mean I don't even need to actually have the overlay on my stream? But if that's the case, then would it appear on videos? I think it still would. But not on my saved ones, maybe. Sanshoku for Toyman. Oh, Sanshoku? I didn't notice that. Oh, yeah, they do have Sanshoku waiting on the 4 and the 1. Oh, that makes more sense. Is that what they went off me of? Oh no, they switched over. I like how they... Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Let's see. So how'd they get to that point? So I reach right here. Safe tile right here, basically. 4-pin, kind of dangerous. Then they draw this, and they're like, well, I can't drop either of these, I guess? Or they want to keep their tempai? What do they do here? Oh, well, they can just drop this, keep their Sanchiku Tenpai. That's easy. Then they get the 7, and now it's like, well, they can't drop... Oh, no, they're still in Tenpai. So they keep their Tenpai no matter what. Oh, and then they get that. Ah, that's nice. So yeah, they were in Tenpai, like, even after dropping this, like, all the way through it. That's really cool. Okay, so if you can see my Twitch one, even if I turn that one off, maybe I should just get rid of the eye tracker extension then. So that way there's not 2 blobs floating around. So I'll try that next stream. Thanks! And I think that's all of my notes for this game. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I'm probably going to be running off to Berkeley Mahjong for the night, so... But I'll be streaming again tomorrow all day. Alright, so thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye.